Our next bout is an elimination MMA bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the super lightweight division over in the cage. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, Parker Ford.
Super lightweights up next. 160-pound fighters, 3 3-minute rounds. Elimination MMA.
Parker Ford from War Dog Muay Thai. 3-6, a kid that's dropped a lot of weight.
We've had the pleasure of watching Mr. Ford compete a number of times here for Sparta. Made it onto the biggest card of the year.
How about that? This is a kid that got in the gym, lost over 100 pounds, JR.
Excellent work.
Needed, I think it was 140 pounds, something like that. Changed his life.
Outstanding.
His opponent, out of the red corner, Matthew LALONE.
Matthew LALONE out of the Empower Training Center in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Yeah. Tough fighter. Tough matchup. Just from past experiences, watching this kid fight, it's a tough matchup for anybody.
For anybody, yes. Yeah. Those Empower Training Center guys, they really put it together there out of Colorado Springs.
How much snow did you get?
Not that much, only about 8 inches. I live very near Estes Park.
Dude, we got like 20 in Park,
yeah,
at least.
You'd kind of expect that we would have got more, but it was super wet. It was almost rain at times. Had it been cold enough to be snow, we probably would have ended up with the number of feet.
I had to do the old trick, go out in the backyard in the smaller trees. I'm out there at midnight with a broom poking them off so they don't break.
Saving their lives.
Yes.
Saving their little lives.
Saving trees, man. I'm saving trees.
How very green of thee.
Well, it's either that, else get yelled at when she gets back in town because I didn't do it right.
All right, our tail of the tape gives us Parker Ford out of Frisco, Colorado. He's the 33-year-old mixed fighter with the 3-6 record at 6 feet tall, 160 pounds, facing off against Matthew LALONE out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, who is the younger by a significant amount at 19 years old. He's the striker with the 2-1 record, 5 feet 10 inches tall at 159 pounds.
And I think striker describes him pretty well.
Gentle touch with the Vaseline. Referee checks him over. No knives, no guns, no nunchucks. Fingernails are clean.
No weapons, no scratching, kick, no biting, no hair pulling. They actually said that in the meeting.
This is true. Old school fans will remember Hoist Gracie holding on to Chemo's tail.
Oh. Or, well, you know, how about Mike Tyson taking a bite out of Vander Holyfield's ear?
Yeah, there was that.
Well, it is probably the most famous bite in the ring. You know, we saw one, Grant Neal's amateur career.
True.
Remember that?
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is brought to you by T-Bar Roofing. If you're looking for reliable, top-quality roofing services, T-Bar Roofing is your go-to choice in Colorado. This is an elimination MMA bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in the super lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the Mike Roney Ford, blue corner. He's a mixed style fighter with a record of 3 wins, 6 losses. He stands 6 foot tall. Weighed in at 160 pounds with War Dog Muay Thai from Frisco, Colorado, Parker, the Summit County Sasquatch, Ford.
My second favorite name of the night.
His opponent, out of the Castle Rock Hormone Health red corner. He is a striker with a record of 2 wins, 1 loss. He stands 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighed in at 159 pounds. With Empower Training Center from Colorado Springs, Colorado, Matthew LALONE.
3 straight wins for the blue corner.
Well, we've talked about having watched Mr. Ford compete here for Sparta a number of times. I've also watched Mr. Lone compete in some Muay Thai action where he just displayed the outstanding striking that we've talked about.
This is going to be a tough matchup for the Sasquatch because he's going against a guy that's got a lot of power. Oh, look at that knee. Nice knee and elbows to the back.
You can't elbow to the spine, but if you're off to the sides, going to the rib cage, as LALONE did, it is a perfectly legal strike.
He followed the rules.
And in MMA now, 12 to 6 elbows are legal.
To the body.
Beautiful knees.
The Sasquatch is really trying to hold on to that 2-leg, and I don't know if that's paying off at all for him.
Doesn't have his hands clasped.
No, he's not in a power position to be able to get the takedown.
Yeah, LALONE's doing a good job in 2 ways. He's splitting his legs and he's dropping his hips both of which help defend the takedown.
Look at how he's got his hips sunk in. And all right now that's going on for Parker Ford is he's wasting energy.
Boy, he sure is committed to this takedown. He does have his hands together now trying to reach for a far side ankle pick. But Ford has his legs so far splayed apart that it's difficult for Ford to get the leverage that
he's going to have to let go.
Would be necessary.
Yeah. Parker Ford with the good right cross. Jerry described that excellently because the way he sank those hips, there was nothing going to happen. Oh,
snaps his head back.
We told you beforehand, LALONE is a striker. He says he's a striker. He's a striker.
Yeah, that was no lie on his bout sheet, was it?
No. Sasquatch trying to lean in with that head and see what he can do.
LALONE's going to try to wrap over the top. Nope, lets go of it.
Now he's sitting back down. See, almost got taken down. What did he do? He sunk those hips again. Now he's doing it again, too.
Yeah, the takedown defense of LALONE just really on point. Ford super committed to it. Knows he doesn't want to be in too many more striking exchanges, so wants to put this on the ground where he feels he might have an advantage.
And boy, what a great job of continually fighting off the takedown because, it says something about LALONE being a striker, but being that defensive as well really bodes nicely.
Well, when we saw it with his brother in the King of Sparta tournament, came out listed as a striker and then looked spectacular on the ground. So I would expect that probably runs in the family. 20 seconds left in the round. Good balance shown by LALONE a number of times here. Ford close to being able to pick him up, but unable to affect the takedown.
Continual pounding away at those ribs.
And make no mistake about it, Ford was certainly committed to that takedown. But like he said, that burns a lot of energy, and we can see that in the face of Ford right now, taking some deep breaths. Well, each fighter has certainly put their game plan on display here. We're seeing that on the replay, Ford just super committed to the takedown, willing to withstand those strikes, puts himself in a position where he knows he's going to absorb some shots, stays committed to the takedown, but just unable to have its full effect in the way that he wanted. And I'm watching the corner of LALONE, and I think they're telling him to circle a little more. They don't want him to get pinned up against the cage like it was where he has to defend that takedown. Able to do so quite successfully, but of course it'd be even better if you didn't have to do it.
And I'd be remiss if I didn't say it wears him out as well. You're sitting there, those thigh muscles are flexed. You're burning energy as well.
Yeah, the clinch game is very tiring on both parties, no doubt, Todd.
And you can even tell a little bit on LALONE that he was a little bit gassed there. Right hand snuck through. LALONE's quicker. I think the right hand fell through. Mostly blocked. Inside leg kick. That one right hit on the jaw. LALONE tries the leg kick. That gets caught.
Fast hands by LALONE. Ford able to get that clinch. You know he wanted it there. Little slip by Ford.
Yep, able to get
LALONE
back
takes
up.
advantage.
I don't know that LALONE wanted to go to the ground right then.
Ford trying to climb to back control.
Ford doing a good job hanging in against a highly skilled fighter, I'll tell you that. Boom. Oh, big right hand miss, but the left came through big. We see some blood now. That was on the button.
Every coach tells you punch off of the break. Punch when you're separating. LALONE just displayed that beautifully.
Just hit another short right jab. He's got his back to him. Oh, and that knee hurt as well. Oh, gotta call it. Gotta call it. There was a knee to the backside, and I'm telling you, that knee to the backside is legal, and it's nasty.
Yeah, and once he was down on the ground, he received that knee strike to the backside that put him on the ground, then a couple of uppercuts, and it just really jacked back the head of Ford a couple of times.
And depending on the position, you know, that's a dangerous position to be in because you could get affected in the groin area with that kick as well.
Yeah.
Right to see, and I don't know exactly where that landed. I missed it on the replay.
Watch his head pop back here once, twice, three times.
Great job by the ref diving in. That was going to be a tough matchup. We knew that. We've seen these fighters enough. Go.
So Matthew LALONE going to go home with the TKO victory.
Get up, Parker Ford. Did what he could. Hung in there, took some shots, gave some shots, but at the end, LALONE's all-around game defensively and offensively just too much.
Well, to make the drive back to Colorado Springs in the snow a little bit nicer for the LALONE family and the Empower Training Center guys. Take it up to Stewie. He's got the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Coca called us off to this bout 1 minute, 17 seconds into the second round, declaring your winner with a TKO, Matthew LALONE.
Matthew LALONE ups his record to 3-1.